Alright, so what's up, my quad squad? I know, I've not been getting enough videos out. Honestly, life's been a little crazy, been a little busy. Got the new girlfriend. Yeah, it's official. Boyfriend, girlfriend. We've been going out and doing a lot of things. Events, shows, concerts, dinners, etc. So, I mean, I'm a little smitten, a little bit in love, so I've been a little busy with the girl and a whole bunch of other things, trying to figure out the whole vehicle situation and getting that solved. So long story short, I've been busy and I just haven't had a lot of time to film videos or edit videos or etc. So hitting you back with another one. This one has been highly asked for. I hit up a couple of the Facebook groups asking what do you guys want to know about this topic. This topic, how I live completely independently on my own as a C5 quadriplegic. And yeah, so with that, I'll get right into it. And yeah, this video is sponsored by Fable. Fable, what is Fable? Fable is a company run by people with disabilities that use different assistive devices. Like, if you're blind, you use a screen reader, or you're quad, you use a dragon or a head mouse or any type of switch like a joystick, control your computer, and they need your input and give it to big companies so that they can make their websites and stuff more accessible. You can work from home, from the US or Canada. They pay really well. They treat you really well. I loved working for them. They're a great company. Anyways, if you wanted to get some information on that, hit it up down in the description. And yeah, and let them know Quad Squad sent you. Anyways, so let's hop right into it. Alright, so I bet you all your questions probably sourced around, is it worth it? Is it possible? And, how do you do it? So to me, my independence is everything. Honestly, it's one thing I've always made a priority in my entire accident. Because, all of our independence gets ripped away after we break our necks, And, I like being my own person, managing my own stuff, being my own person, being my own man, So basically, one of my first goals after breaking my neck, sorry about that, was being able to catheter myself. Because, it's really inconvenient to, have to time out how long you can go out, how long you can be out there. If you have to pee, okay, what do you do? All of these things. Because, I always chose to not go with a Foley because, I can feel down there. It doesn't, it hurts having the thing down there all the time. And I feel like, I've always had that goal of, like, eventually, maybe when I get back to walking after doing many years of physio, maybe I'll regain control of my bladder back. I've never given up on that part of my body, so that's why I never chose to go full Foley, because once you give up on it, you've given up on it. My opinion, and I'm incomplete, so I mean, it's different for every single other person. So that was my big one thing that I made a huge priority at the beginning, to learning how to do that. And, when I was leaving Lyndhurst, they trained me how to do that. I kept coming back for outpatient to further learn. I used to have a clamp thing to help hold the catheter and stuff like that. So that was like the one big thing that gave me a lot of independence in the beginning of my accident, being able to go out to wherever I wanted to go out to and not have to worry about having to be back home by a certain time so that my staff could, help me pee. And from there, so I went from Lyndhurst over to Bellwoods. So it's like a transitional, your first type of apartment. They're meant to like transition you back into regular everyday life and how to live independently. They never taught me nothing. It was just an attendant care building. Yeah, I didn't like it there, but it is what it is. It was an apartment. It was a part of my life. And then eventually, yeah, I mean, I moved up north for a little bit, and then I moved back down, and I got an apartment down at Church and Carlton down in Toronto. And that's where I really started learning how to be independent. It was still a tenant care building. So with a tenant care, you have your attendants downstairs. You kind of make up your own schedule, but realistically, you don't employ them. You don't tell them when you want to change the schedule. You don't, etc. And there's limitations to that. Like, you're not like totally independent, but it's called independent living. You got your own apartment. You stay by yourself from morning to lunch or lunch to dinner, dinner to bedtime. You're by yourself. You manage yourself. Do whatever you want in your apartment. You go to appointments and stuff like that. But now I went from there, and I ended up, after going to drug rehab, I went and I got my new place, which is this place, which is it's a townhouse. I've got the main floor unit, so it's a co-op. So there's like a unit upstairs, unit next door, but I'm like one of the main floor townhouses. Got my stone patio at the back, which I got my hot tub, my barbecue. I've got a bathroom, got my living room, got my computer area, living room's right there, got my accessible kitchen, and everything. I have to get my PSWs to take the garbage out to the front of the house every Wednesday, etc. It's kind of like my first version of a house. And with this co-op, it's just an apartment. So then, how do I manage my staff? What do I do for PSWs? So I'm on a program called Direct Funding, which is basically, it's a program run by the government where the government directly gives me the funds to independently hire out all of my staff. Won't lie, it's a lot of work. You're basically running an agency on your own care. So you're the boss, you're the scheduler, you're the payroll person, you're the hirer, the firer, the interviewer. And it's a lot of work, and honestly, it's really hard to find reliable staff nowadays. I won't lie about that. Honestly, sometimes it feels like it's a revolving door, but ultimately, it's worth it. The thing with direct funding is that, if I'm going up to the cottage, I can bring my staff with me. If I'm going on a vacation, I can bring my staff with me and still pay them. And stuff like that. Like that freedom just gives you a whole different version of independence, even as a quadriplegic. So direct funding is huge in that piece. It's basically self-directed care. I find the people, I interview the people, I hire the people, I put them on the payroll, get them to fill out their tax forms. I do have a payroll person that, like my accountant, that does like the reports for direct funding, and I send her the hours, she does the payroll for them, etc. So that part's not too hard. Like when you do the interview, they want you to know how to do payroll and taxes and deductions and submissions and stuff like that, but you don't really need to. Your bookkeeper tends to take care of all of that. Direct funding is a beautiful program. I don't know if they have it in your state in the US, but check into it. Just take how I explain it is. Maybe if you've got it, maybe can you drop it down in the comments for other people that are in the States? Let them know what you're using, what you're on, etc. That'd be really great. We're a fam. We gotta share information. That's the whole point of the channel. And yeah, so now with that, that's how I manage my day-to-day. So basically, I have my person in the morning. They help me get up, help me get washed, dressed, etc. in my chair, help me cook breakfast, eat breakfast, etc. And then from morning till dinner, I'm all by myself. I do my YouTube things, my day-to-day emails, phone calls, gotta go to appointments, go to physio, and to get to places. So I've always been on Wheel-Trans for the last 11, 12 years. So it's door-to-door service. You gotta give them 24 hours notice. So they can do same day within 4 hours, but there's a very slim chance you're going to get a ride. And yeah, you say, oh, I need to get picked up at home and I need to go to this address. They pick you up, you go in, they ratchet you in, you get there, you get out, bam, you're done. And I always go with catheters in my side bag, so that if I need to pee while I'm out there, I can help myself pee. And yeah, so that's how I go out to appointments and get back from appointments. I was driving a vehicle, but if you watched the last video, I got into a crash, met this girl, long story short, having to get the whole vehicle replaced. Fun. Anyways, side topic. But yeah, so that's how I do my day to day. Always go with the drink, go with that. And yeah, and then I have my PSW at dinner, help me cook dinner, eat dinner, set me up, give me my meds, all that stuff. And then I've got another ride in the evening. I go to Narcotics Anonymous meetings because I'm a recovered addict. Today is actually 7 years clean today. Yay, me. Life is way better without it than it ever was with it. And yeah, so then I go to my meetings in the evening, see my people, try to support some people. And yeah, and then I come home at the end of the day, got my PSW, they help me get into bed, get ready for bed, wash my face, brush my teeth, etc. And then I'm by myself from bedtime person to morning person. How do I do that without a catheter? I have catheters set up on my hospital table. Well, it's not a hospital table, it's like you should watch the video up in one of these corners. It's my MacGyvered version of a height adjustable hospital table that goes over your bed. And honestly, it makes a world of a difference with being able to use my computer and get things in the middle of the night and have things on the table and stuff. And just like that, you just have to MacGyver things. The thing is, you have to find your version of independence. Whatever you can get for independence and whatever you can be happy with independence, that's what independence is. You don't have to be fully independent to have independence. I don't have full independence. I can't get myself into bed. I can't get myself out of bed. I could probably put on a pair of pants, but I would struggle to get a pair of pants on. So I've got people that can help me with those certain things and make my life easier so I can put my work and my energy into the things that matter, that make me the most independent that I can. If I put all of my effort into all of the things that can make me independent, I wouldn't have energy for all the things that make me independent. So, you have to prioritize what matters to you and what your priorities are, and that's how you figure out how you can get to that independence. Come up with some goals, see how that works, work on them, and eventually get your version of independence. That's how I did it. 7 years ago I got this apartment, and this is where I would say I've been the most independent as a quadriplegic. I've been versions of independent, but, in the last year I've gotten a lot more independent with not being so lazy. I can brush my teeth by myself, but I tend to have my PSW hold the end of it. Why? Because I'm lazy. I can eat, I can feed myself, especially with my quaff and my 90-degree hand utensil holder. I can feed myself. Why do I have my PSWs feed me? Because I'm lazy. But, now I've got this new girl in my life, I'm kind of realizing those things about me. It's like, I'm not going to get my PSW to feed me in front of the girl. So it's like, really, Nick, why are you doing it in the first place? You know, your mom's always been like, why do you do that? You can feed yourself, you know. But it's like, you know, constant growth in your life. You know, you always gotta look at yourself and be like, okay, how can I be the better version of myself? And you know, this girl really brings it out on me. Honestly, I've improved a lot in the last 2 months that I've met her, and you know, especially with my pickiness of eating. But you know, we're going into a different topic. I'm big with tangents, but ultimately, I love my life today. I love my independence today, and you know, you just gotta figure your own version of it, you know. And I mean, I think I'm gonna turn this into like a series on different topics, you know, like how it looks with me and my girlfriend, how it looks with, you know, going on vacation, what it looks like with, you know, I'm never gonna do videos about my care and how I get into bed and all that. Like I'll maybe do a video of like how I use my ceiling lift, but you know, there's enough videos out there of naked quads and you know all of those things where they show you how they do the routine. You know, that's not what my channel's about. My channel's about technology, MacGyvers, how I do what I do, how you can still have a good life after your injury, and you know the cool things. You know, the things that mean something, and basically all the information that I was not given in the beginning of the accident, and I could have so used in the beginning of the accident. You know, and that's what I try to provide to you. And with that, I think that's a good start to this whole this video series. Please drop down in the comments what you want to see next, what you want to know next, what you want to know how I do, or how you know how I got to be able to do it. And you know, and I'll do my best to answer the questions and then integrate it into the next video. And keep coming back. I love you guys. I love that you guys keep coming back, and I love that you guys are patient and understand I can't get a video out every week, no matter how hard I try. My life is just crazy right now. But I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna keep giving you the knowledge, and I'm gonna keep trying to make a difference in your life. Anyways, hit up one of these videos in one of the corners and keep coming back because I wouldn't be here without you guys. Peace.